Hello, people of the internet. This is the XFL. That's right, the X-Pound Fantasy League. We are here to do the scoring for the week as per the usual. We're a night late, but we're all here for a change, so that's a good thing.
Yep.
Obviously, with me as always are Jeff and Tiff.
Hey.
Did I introduce myself? I can't remember.
No, but everyone knows who you are.
I'm James Phoenix. I'm the host. You know who I am. All right. So we're going to dig into this. The first thing we have to address real quick, I'm going to bring up the score sheets here, is that the scores have been amended because yesterday we did some trading to fix some roster issues. The Miz and Shane McMahon, Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan, and Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins were all, and Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush were all divided amongst multiple teams. So unfortunately, we had to trade around some things to make this work out, which we have succeeded in doing, but this has resulted in the overall scores being adjusted slightly. So, head and bring this up, and we will see exactly where we're at. And that to everyone, yes. All right. All right, so if you scroll on over here, you can see that these were our totals before. We changed everything. These are the totals now. Currently in the lead at 38.02 is the Extremely Legit Yes Movement, followed by the Rowdy Last Kickers at 35.02, exactly 300 points behind. And I'm still way in the back at 23.92, but that wasn't going to change no matter what we did. So you can see the differences here is that Extremely Legit dropped 30 points, and the Big Dog dropped 90 points, while the Rowdy Last Kickers went up 120. So big advantage to the Rowdy Last Kickers off of that, definitely putting in contention to take the leadership before WrestleMania, if not sooner. So this could be a real competition. I don't have a chance in hell, but you two could have a real competition here.
I don't know. There's
No
still two
chance in
pay-per-views.
hell.
Yes, there's still two pay-per-views. Who do I have that's going to do anything at them?
The Raw Tag Team Champions, Finn Balor.
Finn will get a spot in the Elimination Chamber, but he won't. Actually, no, there won't, because there's only two, and there's not going to be a Raw Chamber, so that doesn't matter a good goddamn.
What about Brock?
We don't know. What reports are indicating that Brock is only scheduled to appear at one of the two pay-per-views before WrestleMania.
You have the New Day. They always do stuff.
Yeah, but they always do goofy comedy shit.
Yeah. Natalia.
Natalia's been doing well. She's pulling her weight. I'll give her that.
Nia Jax and Tamina.
Yeah, Nia's getting pushed, and Nia's going to go over Dean Ambrose, so that'll give her a push at least.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, let's go over to the leaderboards, which have not changed.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put them up here. That would help. There we go. Top of the leaderboards is still Seth freaking Rollins, your Royal Rumble winner at 294. Followed by the SmackDown Royal Rumble winner, Becky Lynch at 251. Finn Balor staying in there at 240. Followed by Dean Ambrose at 232, who's tied with the Raw Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey. Asuka, the SmackDown Women's Champion, is in there at 229, followed by one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, Chad Gable, at 205 live. Sasha Banks coming in next at 203, followed by the tie of Bobby Lashley, the Almighty and Intercontinental Champion, and the WWE Champion, the new Daniel Bryan, who are both at 192. If you disregard the two ties, then both Samoa Joe at 189 and Leo Rush at 188 would also make the top 10. All right. So let's see what happened on this week's show.
Also, to answer your question, you also have a tag team title defense at the next pay-per-view.
True.
Because you have the greatest tag team in the world.
That is true. I do have that tag team. We will see what happens with that. Because given the nature of the tag team, I'm going to say shenanigans.
I think they're going to go over at this one, and they'll probably stay until WrestleMania, and that's probably when everything's going to fall apart.
We shall see. Let's put these fine folks in order A to Z, and let us fire up Monday Night Raw.
I wouldn't argue with that.
All right. Up here, let me do this. Let me open my other thing here. Let me do this real quick. Come over here. Other recap. As usual, I'm pulling the recaps off of Raja.com. I have their official recap as well as the John Report, care of John Canton. So we'll going back and forth between the two to get the most full picture of the action.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the best we can. Let's move this over here so I can actually read it while I'm looking at the scores. That would help. There we go. There we go. All right, go up here. So, Monday Night Raw, much like always after a Big Four, Monday Night Raw takes place in the same location as the pay-per-view, and that's Phoenix, Arizona.
Feeny.
Something like that. So, we kick off the show with the winner of the Royal Rumble, Seth freaking Rollins.
Burn it down.
It's the Talking Stick Resort Arena, by the way, just for the record.
Okay, then. Wait, it's an arena in a resort?
Yes, it's the Talking Stick Resort Arena.
Huh. Okay, fair.
That's a thing.
I thought Vegas was the only resorts that had arenas.
Nope. It happens. Anyway, so we open up the entire broadcast with a shot of the WrestleMania sign.
As you do.
Because the WrestleMania sign is more over than half the roster at this point.
Always is. Always will be.
Yep. Well, as John Canton points out in his opening of the report, the preferred read for people ready for sign pointing and staring season.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, we open things up with Seth freaking Rollins. Crowd chants burn it down. And he says that he wasn't going to do this if he won, but he has to, and that's point at the WrestleMania sign. So he does this, says that his dream was to point at that sign and compete at WrestleMania. And he says that he could challenge the WWE Champion Daniel Bryan or the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. And Rollins says that it's a tough decision and that he's going to have to think about it. Unfortunately, not everybody is kosher with this.
It's time to play the game.
Bow down to the king. He's acting in an authority capacity. I'm assuming he was using the Bow to the King theme music.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, Triple H comes out and gets on a mic saying that he's glad Seth Rollins pointed at the sign and lived in his dream, and that Rollins is making him emotional because he'd be, he's proud that Rollins stepped up to the challenge. And he adds that Becky Lynch has already expressed her intent to pick her opponent tonight. And then he informs Seth Rollins that he has until the end of the night to do the same. And Rollins says that that's going to be one of the hardest decisions that he'll ever have to make. Also, Triple H got NXT chance.
Fair.
So,
by the way, once Vince steps down like completely, do you think Triple H is going to adopt no chance?
Unlikely.
No. Fair.
Mostly because if Vince steps down completely, it's going to be Stephanie that ascends, not him.
Oh.
Or Shane.
Shane doesn't actually have any backstage power in the company. He's literally just an on-air performer right now. I mean, it's possible they could choose to rehire him, but he has a bunch of other outside WWE shit that he does. So I don't know.
Okay.
To be honest, I think the company would be better off if they put Shane in that position. Because quite frankly, I think Stephanie and Triple H are really good at the creative side, but not quite as good at the business side.
I could agree with that.
But anyway, so we're interrupted by Dean Ambrose.
Why, you fish his life, Mr. UPS man.
Something like that. So Dean Ambrose walks out looking very unimpressed. And he says that this father-son shtick makes him sick. And he talks about how Hunter didn't believe in Seth when they were driving around Florida for $500. And that Ambrose believed in him while Triple H did not. He points out that Triple H points out that Ambrose stabbed Rollins in the back when their other brother announced his leukemia a while back, and that was kind of a dirty move.
Wow, he actually called him out on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Wow. Wow. Low blow, Triple H. Low blow. Even for you.
And Ambrose said that doesn't concern Hunter, and Hunter replies that everything in the ring concerns him. Ambrose tells Rollins that he's a suck-up and a kiss-ass, and says that he hopes Rollins beats Lesnar or Bryan, but the one guy he's never been able to beat fair and square without Corporate Kane or J&J Security or Triple H's help is Dean Ambrose.
Yeah. I don't think Dean Ambrose can say the same thing about himself because, as far as I can recall, there's always been a low blow or he's tried to cheat at it or something.
Yeah. Anyway, Ambrose challenges Seth Rollins to a match right now, and Rollins seems fine with this. And Triple H was about to leave as they were trying to work this out, and Ambrose fired back by asking Triple H, hey, can we have a match, or do you have to go ask your father-in-law first?
Oh.
And the whole arena chanted, "Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does."
Yes, they did. Well, anyway, Triple H turns around. Triple H turns around and says, "Get me a referee right now." And so the referee came out, and we go into our opening match of the evening. But first, promo points.
Fair.
We got Dean Ambrose gets 5 points for a promo. And we got Seth freaking too far. Seth freaking Rollins. It's him at 299. And Triple H is down here somewhere.
So
First
Triple
points-
H is a face?
I guess. I don't know.
Also, why would Triple H get promo points?
Because he was out there talking to Seth Rollins about how proud he was of him.
Okay.
Mm.
And since you have Triple H, I don't see why you're complaining either.
I only do that in that capacity because he was in the capacity of I've broke you, Seth Rollins. I'm proud that you got this far. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Because he's doing it in the capacity of Seth Rollins' storyline. That makes sense. Yeah.
Right, exactly. It's not he's doing it as an authority figure, so I can count it.
Fair.
Now the question is, does he get OMG for calling out Dean Ambrose's bullshit? I should say pipe bomb for calling out Dean Ambrose's bullshit.
I would, because did the crowd go, oh?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that deserves a pipe bomb.
Tiff, what do you think?
Yeah, possibly. Because I mean, I watched it and it was like, and I believe they all went that they exclamated about the way he made the comment, kind of thing.
Yeah. Exclamated.
You're gonna tell me that's not a word.
It's not a word, but it is now. You officially coined it.
It's now an X-Pound phrase.
Agreed. Anyway, our opening match is Seth freaking Rollins versus Dean Ambrose.
Na 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 na. Hey hey hey. Goodbye.
Not for a few more months. His contract doesn't expire until April.
Till WrestleMania.
Who doesn't?
Dean.
And Dean Ambrose said it's already been. Now here's the weird thing. Let's discuss this for a second. All the internet articles, including an article put out by WWE.com itself, says that Dean Ambrose will not be renewing his contract when it expires in April. The hell?
What was that about? What?
Somebody just went,
Yeah, I heard that too.
Sorry, AFK for a second.
Okay. Well, anyway, Jeff, I'll talk to you about this when she's AFK.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are calling bullshit on this and saying that this whole Dean Ambrose leaving thing is a work.
Yes, including Taz.
Oh, did he now?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think?
From what I understand. I don't know. It could be. Maybe he just wants some time off. I don't know. I could see it going either way.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. They're putting Nia over him, so.
Yeah, but that's because they're trying to get... The Nia going over dudes thing is because they're trying new stuff to try to impress Fox for ratings.
Yeah, and as people pointed out, because supposedly they're they were doing this, the whole Nia entering the male Royal Rumble and men's Royal Rumble and like fighting Dean and stuff, because they kind of want to try actual intergender matches.
Yep.
But as people pointed out, that's going to piss off like all the investors, because the last thing investors want is something as non-PC as a dude punching a chick in the face, like, or as they said, targeted violence against women.
Yeah.
So it could end up truly backfiring for WWE, especially in this climate. The last thing you want is to be seen as a company that abuses women.
Right, but here's the other side of that issue, to play devil's advocate for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You get pissed off and say, oh, pro violence against women, yada, yada, yada. But in the same breath, you talk about equality. You can't, and women being equal to the men in the company. You can't have it both ways.
Since when have SJWs and like extremists been logical and have common sense?
We do not justify the term SJW on this show. It's bullshit made up to crucify people who believe in actual equality issues by people who don't believe in those things.
Actually, no, but we're not going to get into that.
Actually, yes, and no, we're not going to get into that. Anyway. Because the other thing is that they try to push that, then they're just going to piss off their video game audience, because the ESRB has already told them, if you put that shit in a game, we're giving you an M for mature rating.
Yeah,
no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So they're going to have an issue with the game if they start doing this shit.
Or they just don't put it in the game.
Which will just piss off the fans at not being able to adequately replicate WWE TV, which is kind of 2K's whole promotional thing is, it's just like the TV show.
Only not for kids.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it's still for kids. That's why they keep it at a T for teen, because most parents are okay with even younger kids.
No, I mean, if they do this and it goes M for mature, then it's if you're not a child, you can replicate the TV show. If you're a child, tough shit.
I know, that's the problem. That's why WWE has always kept it at a T for teen, and they're barking up a real problem if they go whole hog with this.
Yeah.
Well, Tim's back. Yeah. Herbert File.
I find it kind of funny that the ESRB has said that, yet in the history of fighting games, no fighting game has ever gotten an M for mature rating except for Mortal Kombat because of the blood and gore.
Mm-hmm.
And yet every fighting game in existence, you have men beating up women. Without fail, every fighting game.
True.
So, yeah, the SRB are kind of hypocrites.
Yeah. The difference is, in fighting games, it's not real people. The WWE superstars are actual real people rendered digitally. That's the difference. Anyway. Resumen. So Dean Ambrose takes on Seth Rollins. And they have the match you would expect from these two guys because they know each other very well. Seth Rollins does most of the work, as you would also expect. And it's basically Rollins throws a lot of moves. Ambrose tries to reverse some of them, doesn't reverse most of them, and loses. Specifically off of a buckle bomb, a boot to the face, and a curb stomp.
Okay, then.
After a Dirty Deeds reversal.
Okay, then.
Which was reversed into a ripcord knee, actually.
The Kingslayer?
I don't know what the fuck they're calling it anymore.
I think that's his finish. That's his finishing move, the Kingslayer, or I guess it's a signature now.
Yeah, I didn't know they were still calling it the Kingslayer if it was just the ripcord knee, because they were originally calling it the ripcord knee.
Oh, I don't know. I call it the Kingslayer.
Same move. Anyway, Seth Rollins wins. So, Dean Ambrose will get 5 points for showing up and being in a match. And he will get 3 points for evading a. I wouldn't evade. I think it was what did he evade? A super kick. No, he rolled out. He rolled out to evade the stomp. Sorry, he evaded a curb stomp earlier in the match.
Fair.
So Dean Ambrose gets 8 points. $245. Seth freaking Rollins gets 20 points for winning a match on Raw. He gets 5 for being in a match on Raw. Is 25. He gets 3 points for reversing a Dirty Deeds. Is 28. And 11 moves is 39 points to Seth Rollins. This is going to put him at 338. All right. Firm lead. Rolling along.
Wait a second.
Yep.
Oh, 338. Never mind. I wasn't listening properly, I guess. All right, we're good.
Moving on. We go to a commercial break. And we come back for the commercial break. The new women's tag team championships are sitting at ringside. But unfortunately, we cannot proceed with the reason they're out here because Dean Ambrose has proceeded to hijack the show.
Okay, then.
He is in the ring in a chair with a microphone, and he's about to start speaking. But Nia Jax decides, no, we have a match scheduled. You're getting the fuck out of my ring. So Nia and Tamina come out. Nia gets in Ambrose's face. And when Ambrose turns around to look at Tamina, Nia attacks him from behind. And as Ambrose tries to fight back, the referees haul him away.
Okay, then.
As the crowd chants, let them fight. So, I don't know. The WWE Universe at large is perfectly okay with men fighting women, for the record.
Oh, yeah, I never said they were.
And then,
had problems.
but she did look at him and say, like, what, like, kind of like, what are you going to do? Like, come on. So, yeah, they seem like they're fine with it.
To be honest, the WWE Universe has never really had a problem with that. Aside from, like, the new PG fans from when the PG era first kicked off, when you had all, like, the parents and the young kids. I'm sure the kids probably had no problems with it, but the parents probably did.
Maybe.
Well, considering Nia Jax isn't the first woman to enter the men's Royal Rumble, so
True. Heck, it's not like they haven't done this before. Chris Jericho and China were the co-intercontinental champions at one point.
Yep.
Chris Jericho absolutely fucking hated that storyline, by the way. Read all about that now in Chris Jericho's books.
Indeed.
Anyway. So after all that happened, I guess Nia Jax gets points for an assault.
Did Ambrose try to fight back?
Doesn't matter. She attacked him.
Right, but it does matter because if he fought back, he gets assault points too.
I think he tried to.
He didn't. The referees pushed him away before he could do anything.
Okay, that's why I was asking. Fair enough.
Yeah. So, anyway, Nia and Tamina remain in the ring, and their opponents come out and happen to be Alexa Bliss and Mickie James.
Squash match, literally.
Yep.
Kinda, yeah. The winners of this match will be in the women's tag team title match at the Elimination Chamber, by the way.
Fair enough.
So Bliss started off with Tamina, and Bliss hit her awesome moonsault backflip knee to the ribs that she wants the people to help her name.
Okay.
I haven't checked up to see if she's gotten a name yet, but
fair.
We'll see. Nia Jax tagged in, tackled Alexa to the turnbuckle where Mickie James was. So Mickie James went down because Nia hit the turnbuckle so hard.
Okay.
We go to a commercial. We come back from it. Tamina had Mickie down with a headlock. Bliss tagged in. More back and forth, but Nia and Tamina basically just overpower them. Mickie went for a DDT, but Nia pushed her away, picked her up for a Samoan drop. Alexa went for an attack, so she grabbed Alexa, and she Samoan dropped both of them at the same time.
Okay.
And then pinned Mickie James for the pinfall off that maneuver. So, winners, Nia and Tamina.
Fair.
Now, let's go to the scoring. We'll start off with Alexa Bliss gets 5 points for being in a match and 1 move for the new moonsault double knee. 6 points to Alexa.
Interesting. Alexa Bliss's Twitter channel is under her actual name.
Yes, it is. Lexi Kaufman.
She's like the only wrestler that does that.
No, some do that. It's not common, but some do it.
Fair.
Mickey James gets 5 points for being in a match and 2 moves. Is 7 points to Mickey. 4. On the other side, Tamina gets 15 points for being on the winning team, and 5 points for being in the match is 20 points to Tamina, who did not have any moves. And lastly, Nia Jax gets herself 20 points for winning a match, 5 for being in, it's 25. She gets 5 OMG points for a double finisher. Is 30, and 2 moves is 32 points to Nia Jax.
Fair.
That's her at 144. All right. Rolling along through the program.
Indeed.
We see Kurt Angle backstage getting interviewed about his upcoming match with Baron Corbin. The clip aired of Angle getting beaten up by Drew McIntyre in November, and Angle said that it's taken him a long time to get over the match with Drew, but it's taken him longer to get his match with Corbin. And so the only person that should be worried is Corbin.
And yeah, he lost.
Yeah, and he also talked.
Oh, God.
What?
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 Oh, someone suggested to name her move Disney.
Yes! That's so perfect.
She goes, thanks for your hashtag Disney humor, hashtag not the name. Funny, though.
Ah, okay.
And he even went so far as to write it out in the Disney font.
Nice. That's fun. Anyway.
Okay, that's actually a good name.
What's that?
Blissful Descent.
I like that.
That's nice.
I go with it.
No, Biggie would sue for copyright infringement.
What's that?
Blissful ending.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Anyway. So Kurt Angle also talks about how being the Raw GM was a great job, but Baron Corbin cost him that job, which is why he is going to try to get revenge tonight. We then see the match between Corbin and Kurt Angle, and unfortunately, Baron Corbin comes away with a victory. Which is unfortunate because Corbin took control earlier on in the match and was controlling it for a while until Angle managed to come back with a slap to the face and an Olympic slam after a series of German suplexes at one point. And he takes the straps off and puts Corbin in the ankle lock, but Corbin kicks Angle away, then hits him with a deep 6 and gets the win. So not even at end of days, Kurt Angle went down to a signature.
Wow.
This did not stop Baron Corbin, who after the match proceeded to hit him with an end of days anyway. Which this is the reason why, for those of you who are staying tuned for tomorrow night, Kurt Angle will be on Raw to discuss his future with the WWE.
Fair.
All right. So Kurt Angle gets 5 points for his pre-match promo. He gets 5 points for being in a match, and he gets 5 points for moves. It's 15 points to Kurt Angle. Seven. You need 2. Okay. We then have Baron Corbin, who is going to get himself 20 points for winning a match, and 5 for being in a match is 25.
Oh.
Got, what?
There's some feedback there somewhere.
Okay, then. And that's 25. 3 moves is 28. And 3 for countering a move is 31. And 4 for the post-match assault.
How is an assault if he just did 1 move?
Was it only the 1 move?
I believe so.
And then never mind. 31 points to Baron Corbin.
Does it say that in the recap, though?
It says he attacked Kurt Angle and hit him with an end of days. I didn't know if the attacked part included more than just the end of days. Now, it goes after Angle again. Corbin hits the end of days. I don't know. Moving on. Keep that rolling. Finn Balor is shown walking backstage. He's greeted by some other superstars like Rhino and Heath, Apollo, and Heavy Machinery, as well as Bayley and Sasha. The announced team talk about the Royal Rumble. We see a video package of the Universal title match, and Finn Balor then comes out to the ring. And he walks very, very slowly because he was beaten up by Brock Lesnar. And he was in street clothes as opposed to his wrestling gear. So he got in the ring saying that last night for 10 minutes... What?
I said, oops, sorry.
Yeah. For 10 minutes, he went toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar. And, I make no excuse. Sorry, I don't make excuses. Brock Lesnar beat me. And he said that Lesnar beat him again after the match, and that he never felt speed or power like that and never seen it combined. He says that today he's hurt, but he is not standing out there with his head hung low. He's standing out there with his head held high because last night Brock Lesnar beat him and then beat him again because he made Lesnar believe. The fans cheer this, but then are silenced by the music of the almighty Bobby Lashley, who comes to the ring with his hype man, Lio Rush. Apparently, while all the way down, Corey Graves noted that Bobby Lashley ate 11 donuts earlier. It still looks the way he does. I don't know. Anyway, Lio Rush told Finn Balor that it wasn't right that he got a match with Lesnar and added that Balor can't beat Lashley. Lashley is bigger and better than Balor. And he continued talking trash. So Balor returned, pointed out that Lashley only lasted about 12 seconds in the Royal Rumble. That upset Lashley, so he kicked Balor in the ribs, whipped him into a turnbuckle, picked him up and hit a one-arm spinebuster twice. Then he was going to leave, but instead he picked up Balor and hit another spinebuster and then posed over his fallen corpse.
So once again, the WWE says, fuck you, Jim.
Yep. Lio Rush then took off his almighty Bobby Lashley shirt and left it on Finn Balor's body. Plus side, Balor might get an IC title run. It's unlikely, but...
He's better than that.
Yeah, it's a promo to Finn Balor. And a promo to Lio Rush. 293. And an assault to the almighty Bobby Lashley. As well as, was it 3 spine busters, I believe? To the kick in the ribs, whip to turnbuckle.
Yes, there's 3 spine busters.
Yeah, so 3. So that's an assault, 4 points, and 3 spine busters is 7 points to Bobby Lashley. $199. All right, rolling along.
Rolling right along.
Pretty much. So, let's see. We got a quick promo for the Halftime Heat, which aired earlier this evening and is probably now available on the WWE Network if you want to go check that out. The quality talent from NXT. And I think the UK division is there.
And 205. Oh, no, just those. No, it's just, I don't know if the UK division was there. It might have just been NXT.
Fair enough.
Excuse me, hiccup.
That's okay. Anyway.
I don't know. You'd have to take a look.
Anyway, after we clear the ring, it's time for a tag team match with the reunited Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins taking on the Revival. So apparently my inclination was wrong, and Dash Wilder was not, in fact, injured.
There.
So just random ass mixed up tag team match on the pay-per-view, I guess.
Yep. Like I said, Dash Wilder just needs Wilder to show up.
Yeah. Anyway, Ryder and Hawkins dumped the Revival outside early on, and Ryder hits a baseball slide. Back in the ring, he gets double teamed for a 2 count. Wilder then tags in. There's another double team on Ryder. Dawson and Hawkins get tags, and Hawkins actually cleans house, dropping both Revival members and firing up. But Dawson goes back with a lariat, knocks Ryder off the apron, and Hawkins eats a shatter machine and gets pinned.
And the losing streak continues.
It does.
All right, then.
But as Jim put it last night, ring rust.
Yeah. These guys have not teamed in a long time, so they weren't quite on base for this. I think they'll improve with time. Anyway, so neither Ryder nor Hawkins hit any moves. So they're going to get 5 points each for showing up. And Kurt Hawkins. And then the Revival. Let's see. Which one of these guys got the pinfall? Wilder. That'll be Wilder got the pinfall. Okay, so we'll do Scott Dawson first. Scott Dawson gets 15 points for being on the winning team. 5 for competing is 20, and 1 for the Shatter Machine is 21 points to Scott Dawson. $303, $113. And Dash Wilder gets 20 points for winning the match. 5 for...
You said how many points?
I don't know. Should be 20 and should be 21.
Okay, my math is wrong.
We good?
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, Dash Wilder will get 20 for winning, 5 for being in it, 1 for the Shatter Machine. It's 26 points to Dash Wilder. 8. And 118. All right. So following that, we get a shot of Rowan and Daniel Bryan walking around the backstage area. Daniel Bryan trashes Seth Rollins for celebrating air pollution by saying burn it down. And he says that he won't wait until WrestleMania because they will end Rollins' WrestleMania hopes tonight.
Okay, then.
It's worth noting that after his fight with AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan is sporting a black eye tonight.
Okay, then.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a promo to Daniel Bryan. And Eric Rowan gets 3 points for being there.
Hmm.
All right. Rolling along. We then cut to the ring.
Rolling.
We then cut to the ring for Elias. After his random Rumble heel turn.
Which was stupid.
Very stupid. But for the record, for this one and continuing tomorrow, this is now a storyline.
Joy.
Because after Elias does his usual catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
There was apparently even a Walk with Elias chant to the tune of the famous White Stripes song.
Okay, then.
7 Nation Army?
Ow. Anyway, Elias said that the fans let him down and they need to be better because by the time they see him out there, they should be giving him a standing ovation. They cheered loudly while Elias said there should be signs for him in every ring across the globe. And that we are in the presence of Elias and we are in the presence of greatness. And the fans chanted, we're not worthy at him.
Huh.
And Elias says that he's not going to sing us any more songs because his songs are for him. He told the fans to shut their mouths, but was then interrupted by Jeff Jarrett.
Okay, then.
And then
And Jeff Jarrett comes out and tells Elias to shut up, slap nuts. And basically complained to Elias for attacking him with a guitar. And Jeff Jarrett is then quickly joined in the ring by the Road Dogg, Jesse James.
you don't know.
Your ass better call somebody. And prior to this, I should add that Jeff Jarrett mentions to Elias that he doesn't need to worry about the fans because he has a problem with the JEFFJARRETT. So Road Dogg comes out, and mind you, now, Jeff, what do you know about Road Dogg recently?
I don't know. Did something happen to him recently?
No, what's everybody complaining about Road Dogg?
Well, about the fact that he shit at his job?
Yeah. So, I would like to point out at this juncture that Road Dogg has the balls to come out wearing a Becky Lynch the Man t-shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How did he not immediately get crucified for that?
I don't know.
You're slipping, WWE Universe.
So anyway, the problem is, the problem is you're dealing with one of the guys here. Road Dogg came out and he used the power of DX fandom to counteract that. Because he tells Elias to do us all a favor and go play with himself on his own time. And that if he's not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
Okay, then.
Suck it. The fans throw out a holy shit chant. Road Dogg tries to calm them down and then says that he and Jeff Jarrett want to sing With My Baby Tonight. The song hits and they start performing, but when they get down to ringside, Elias jumps out of the ring and hits Road Dogg with a guitar. Jarrett and Elias to get in the ring and start throwing blows. Jeff Jarrett starts firing up and drops Elias with a right hand. He picks up another guitar, but Elias hits him and takes that guitar and then hits Jarrett with it.
Okay, then.
Elias then tosses the fan while Jarrett and Road Dogg are both down for being hit with guitars.
Okay, then.
So it's worth noting here, before I score this, that after this juncture, that tomorrow night on this week's Monday Night Raw, Elias will have a one-on-one match with Jeff Jarrett.
So we're going to have to add Double J to the roster?
I'm going to see what happens tomorrow night. If he sticks right after tomorrow, we might have to. Because this might be a WrestleMania feud.
Okay, we'll throw him at the bottom for now so we can keep tabs on his points.
I will do that. In the meantime, this is going to be a promo and assault and weapon use to Elias.
Mm-hmm.
That's 12 points to Elias. So that's going to be 135. And then Road Dogg.
Yeah. Throw the D-O-double-G down there.
Yeah. And Jeff Jarrett are both each going to get 5 points on the promo. And then I guess, let's see, did Road Dogg just attack that? I should say, did Elias? Yeah, Elias just attacked them. Jarrett did fight back, so Jarrett gets assault.
All right.
Road Dogg just got knocked out, so.
There.
Moving along. All right. Next up, we cut backstage where Dana Brooke goes up to Natalya and says that she isn't going to let Natalya down in their tag team match tonight.
Lies.
Yeah. And said that she'll be a better partner to Natalya than Ember Moon would be.
Bye.
Wow.
And she noted that Ember Moon wasn't Natalia's first choice, but Ember Moon has some kind of injury and couldn't compete tonight.
She got kneed in the ribs
Is that what happened?
by Alexa Bliss.
Oh, okay. Oops.
I don't know if that's actually the cause of her injury, but that's what people are attributing it to.
Fair enough. Anyway, Dana Brooke claimed that she's better than Ember Moon and better than Natalya. So that was a thing that happened.
There. Yeah, that quote-unquote new move that she wants some people to name, she actually used it in the Rumble.
I
on
recall
Ember
this.
Moon. Yeah.
Fair enough.
People are saying, yeah, she injured Ember Moon, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Oof. Maybe she's not using that move anymore. We'll find out. Then again, you know, doing something like that apparently doesn't disqualify you from using a move. Because Samoa Joe damn near murdered Tyson Kidd with a muscle buster, and he's still allowed to bust that out.
I don't think he's actually ever hit with it. I think he just threatens with it.
Oh, okay.
Just like, you know, Kenta always threatens to go to sleep, but they never ever let him hit with it.
True. Well, Rollins broke Cena's nose with a knee, and he still uses that.
Why do you think they went back to the curb stomp?
Yeah. Next time he used the curb stomp because he was hurting people with that.
Was he? I thought they
Oh.
banned it for the potential.
I think I just heard Zordon calling.
Beep, 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 beep. What's the Zordon?
Whoever has that ringtone, where did you get it? Where can I get it?
Me?
Is that you?
Yep. It's off of an application on my phone. It's called Zedge, and I
Zedge?
just looked. Yeah, Zedge. Zedge.
Oh,
And
hit it.
I just looked up the different ringtones, and I was just playing with it. And
Fair enough. I will check that later. Anyway, we cut to a darkened room.
wait a second. Did we
Oh
do
yeah,
promo
Natalia
points for-
and Dana get promo. Yes,
Natalia didn't say anything, so
and Natalia gets 3. All right. Anyway, we go to Mojo Rawley, who is slowly in the process of turning into mankind.
Okay, then.
He's sitting in a darkened room, muttering about it being someone else's fault.
He's
into
turning
a mirror.
Snitsky?
Or into a mirror.
He's turning into Gene Snitsky?
He might be. And he says that he is the greatest combination of size, strength, speed, and intelligent, but they think he's a nobody because of you. He was saying, looking in the mirror, saying they don't know who he is because of you. But soon everybody will see who he really is. So he's talking to mirrors now.
Okay, then.
So promo to Mojo Rawley. So, we then cut out to the ring where all the women in this match did not get televised entrances.
Okay, then.
Again, this is for a spot in the women's tag title elimination chamber match, and it's Dana Brooke and Natalya versus the Riot Squad, specifically the non-Ruby members.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started things off, and Dana proceeded to immediately tag herself in, and then started fighting
Which
Liv
is
Morgan.
like a mistake.
Yeah, she clotheslined Liv Morgan out of the ring, and then threw Morgan into the LED board on the side of the ring. Then the Riot Squad took control back and hit Dana with a double team move, or tried to, but Natalya made the save. Morgan and Brooke then had a very sloppy exchange, apparently very sloppy. Natalya tagged in, slammed Morgan, got distracted by Ruby Riot. Liv Morgan got a roll up for a 2, but Natalya powered out. Applied the sharpshooter, but Logan shoved Dana Brooke into Natalya, which broke up the sharpshooter, and Liv Morgan gave Natalya the roll up of death.
Okay, then.
For the pinfall after a 3-minute match.
Is that a move point for Liv Morgan? The roll-up of death?
No, that's just a funny thing that John Canton likes to call when people win matches with roll-ups.
I call it the Kelly, but okay.
That also applies. All right, so that means the second team to qualify for the Chamber are the Riot Squad.
Okay, then.
So, let's see here. So Dana Brooke had no moves, so Dana Brooke gets 5 points for being a Glory Hound.
Mm-hmm.
Natalia gets 5 points for at least attempting to carry her team. Sorry, 2 moves is 7 points for Natalia, I should say. Sorry. So 192. Let's see. Sarah Logan gets 15 points for being on the winning team and 5 for being in the match. Is 20 points to Sarah Logan, who had no moves. And Liv Morgan gets 20 for winning the match and 5 for competing in it. Is 25 points to Liv Morgan, who also had no moves. 73.
And Ruby gets a company and interference points.
Yes, she does. 11 points to Ruby Riott. Thank you for reminding me.
Of course, I was going to let you skimp out on my points.
All right.
And what did Sarah have again?
25.
Thank you.
No, Sarah did not. Sarah did not win the match.
Sorry, 20. 20. Wrong one. 20.
Okay.
We go to a commercial and we come back to Ronda Rousey, who gets to the ring and says that she has a, it's worth noting here that the audience was absolutely against Ronda Rousey here.
Really?
They did not want a damn thing to do with her.
Wow.
They chanted Becky Lynch to the point that I'm surprised she didn't leave.
Wow.
Ronda took it in stride, though. Says, I understand. I was impressed by her performance, too. And she said that if you can't dream big, ridiculous dreams, then what's the use of dreaming at all? She talks about how last year she stepped in the ring at the Women's Royal Rumble and said she had big dreams, and a year later she stands before us, the Raw Women's Champion. She continues getting booed, and she adds that Sasha Banks has more passion and desire than any competitor she has ever faced. The Becky chants got louder. She moved on to talk about Becky Lynch by pointing at the WrestleMania sign, saying that she knows Becky Lynch is watching and has a choice to make. And she teased the crowd by putting the microphone to her face and then taking it back down. It was worth noting that prior to this, we were informed by the commentators that Ronda was out here to issue an open challenge. And said challenge is answered by Bayley. Bayley comes out and says that she's not Becky Lynch, but she is one half of the Boss and Hug connection, along with Sasha Banks, who gave Ronda the match of her life last night. And she basically offers to challenge, asks Ronda to put the title on the line for a challenge right now. And Ronda agrees to this. We have ourselves a match. So Ronda immediately tries for an armbar, but Bayley manages to fight her off. And the storyline here is that Bayley is working over Ronda's bad knee.
That was a bad arm.
Well, it's apparently a bad knee.
Well, it was a bad arm and a bad knee because when she was doing one move, her leg collapsed under her. It seemed that's what it looked like anyway.
Yeah.
And she was hugging one side on one side.
Well, that's because Sasha fucked her arm up at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But she also got her knee fucked up.
Okay.
Because Bayley
I
started.
didn't see the pay-per-view, so.
Yeah. Sasha fucked up Ronda's arm at the pay-per-view. Ronda threw a right hand, and Sasha ducked, and Ronda punched the ring post so hard the screen broke.
Oh wow.
That may or may not have been an effect by the truck to make it look harder than it was, but either way. Anyway, so yeah, Bailey starts working on Ronda's knee, and that's the story of the match. Is that Bailey's is going to take out Ronda's vertical base and work on the knee. Ronda fights back, but Bailey manages to catch one of the kicks and tries to apply a knee bar. Ronda fights out of it, rolls out to ringside, where Bailey slides out and suplexes Ronda into the fan barricade. Bailey throws another kick, throws Ronda in the ring, gets a 2 count, hits the big flying elbow off the top. Oh, yeah. And then in honor of her good friend, she applies a bank statement. Ronda manages to grab the ropes to break this hold. Bailey takes Ronda into the corner and goes up top, but Ronda slides through Bailey's legs, connects with the series of MMA punches, pulls Bailey down, and armbars the shit out of her. And Bailey is forced to tap out. So Ronda with a title retention. So Bailey is going to get 5 points for a pre-match promo, and 5 points for being in this match is 10. 3 moves is 13, and the initial evasion of the armbar is 16 points to Bailey. 188. Ronda Rousey gets 20 points for winning this match on Raw. She gets 25 points for retaining her women's title, is 45. 5 for being in the match is 50. And 2 moves is 52 points to Ronda Rousey. What's there at 284? All right. So that all happened. It's a good long match, too. Post-match, Becky Lynch's music hits. And Becky Lynch comes marching out. There's a great clip that somebody got from the arena that was not shown on the air, whereas Becky is approaching the ring, she flips Bailey the 4 horsewomen symbol, and Bailey flips it back at her. Anyway, Becky gets in the ring, grabs a microphone, and starts talking shit to Ronda Rousey, and says that she's going to prove that Ronda is not the toughest woman in this company. And that she's going to beat up Ronda in front of the whole world. And then Ronda gets on the mic and talks Becky about the fact that her leg is all fucked up because of Asuka. And Charlotte, for that matter. And Ronda says that she doesn't want to just beat Becky. She wants to beat the best version of Becky that's ever existed.
She's well on her way.
Yep. And so Ronda and Becky get in each other's face, and then Ronda leaves. So that's going to be another promo for Ronda and a promo for Becky.
Ronda and Becky, right?
Yep, Ronda and Becky. All right, 256. Cool.
Excuse me.
All right. Let's see what else we got. We got a clip of some Make-A-Wish kids. No, we're not there. Sorry. We go to the backstage area where Braun Strowman approaches Seth Rollins and shakes Rollins' hand, informing him that he respects that Seth Rollins was the better man last night. He earned it. And that he hopes Seth Rollins makes the right choice at WrestleMania. Or for WrestleMania, as the case might be. So, promo to Braun. Minimal as it was. Seth Rollins gets 3 points for standing there.
Okay, then.
21. All right. Braun Strowman then proceeds to come out to the ring to have himself a match against Drew McIntyre.
Which nobody wins.
No, not really, because Strowman takes control early on and throws McIntyre out of the ring. McIntyre kicks Strowman's leg out. Strowman crashed into the barricade. After a commercial break, we came back with Strowman selling the leg problem. And Strowman punches McIntyre with an uppercut and a punch to the chest. Then a clothesline that sends McIntyre out to the floor. Strowman limped over to pick McIntyre up. McIntyre was able to slide free and shove Strowman into the ring post. Strowman slammed McIntyre on the floor and grabbed the steel steps to attack him. But before he could do this, Baron Corbin showed up and attacked Strowman, resulting in a disqualification. Did I mention that was the main event?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So that happens. Anyway. So that's a DQ. So let's see here. Following the match, Corbin attacked Braun Strowman with a steel chair a few times. Then Strowman punched the chair to knock it out of his hands, whipped Corbin into the steps, hit McIntyre with a running shoulder tackle, hit Corbin with a running shoulder tackle, slammed Corbin face first onto the steps twice, then ate a Claymore kick from McIntyre, and then Corbin and McIntyre hit Braun with a double team choke slam.
Okay, then.
So there we go. So let's see here. That's going to be an interference and an assault by Baron Corbin. And a weapon used for that matter. So that's let's see. 6 for the interference, 4 for the assault is 10, 3 for the chair is 13 points to Baron Corbin. $98 is 208, 9, 10, 11, 211. Let's see. Braun Strowman won by DQ. So we'll do McIntyre first. McIntyre gets 5 points for being in this match. And 1 point for a post-match Claymore kick is 6, and 4 for assaulting Braun after the match is 10 points to Drew McIntyre. And Braun Strowman gets 5 points for being in this match. There's no points either way due to being a DQ. Oh, by the way, Drew McIntyre also gets 4 points for being in the main event.
Yes.
Not forget this. Puts Drew McIntyre in an even 200. Braun gets 5 for being in the match. 4 for being in the main event is 9. Braun had 1 move, which is a body avalanche. Is 10 points for that. 4 for the post-match assault on everybody is 14. He used people on weapons, but not weapons on people. So I guess that's going to leave Braun at whatever I just had him at.
14.
10 points. 10 points to Braun. Right, 10?
No, we had him at 14 at first.
And I'm at 14. Oh, right. Because 5 for the match, 4 for the main event is 9, and then 4 for the assault is 13. Yeah. And then 1 for the move is right, 14. Okay, got it. Thank you. 78. All right. So we cut to the back. We see Daniel Bryan talking to Eric Rowan. No points for it because they were just there. Paul Heyman knocks on Lesnar's door to tell him they're ready because it's time to end the program with Seth Rollins' WrestleMania decision.
Okay.
So the announcer proceeds to introduce Seth Rollins. But instead of Seth Rollins, we get Brock Lesnar. accompanied by Paul Heyman, who gets on the mic and says that this should be the easiest decision of Seth Rollins' life, because absolutely no one wants to get in the ring with Brock Lesnar. And he said that Seth Rollins should face Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania for Seth's own good. And Heyman talks about the beating that Rollins would be in store for if he had made the mistake of getting in the ring with Brock Lesnar. And he says, now when Seth fights Daniel, it'll be a great grappling match, and they'll put on a sports entertainment clinic, because the last thing anybody on this planet wants to do is get into a fight with the Beast, Brock Lesnar. He continues talking about how hard it would be to defeat Brock Lesnar when they are interrupted by Seth freaking Rollins himself. He gets in the ring and has a stare down with Brock Lesnar, and proceeds to answer everybody's question without a word when Lesnar turns his head and Rollins punches him in the face and begins beating the shit out of him. He kicks him in the ribs that were, if you remember, very badly injured by Finn Balor in the match at the Rumble. And goes for a curb stomp, but Lesnar catches him in the attempt at a midair and F5s the shit out of him. Then picks him up and hits him with another F5, then a third F5, then a fourth F5, and then a fifth F5. And the fifth F5 was onto the Universal Championship belt. He then held up the belt over his head as the fans booed. Rollins pulled himself up against the ropes and screamed, off mic to Lesnar, "Is that all you got?"
And a 6 F5.
Lesnar, incredulous, kneed Rollins in the ribs, then hit him with a 6th F5. And that endeth the program. So that's going to be a promo to Paulus. And a mini to Lesnar for being there. And that's because of 3. And then Lesnar also has 4 for an assault, 7, and 6 F5s. Is 13 points to Brock Lesnar. Puts it at 103.
No, wouldn't it put him at 106?
He was at 90.
Yeah, and he got a 3 for the mini, so you're giving him another 13 points.
No, the 13 was including the mini.
Oh, okay.
Because it's 3 for the mini. So it's 6 F5s. 3 for the mini is 9. And then 4 for an assault is 12. That still doesn't add up. Why did I have it at 13? Hang on.
I don't know, because if you get 6 F5s, that's 1 point apiece, so that's 6. 3 plus a mini, that's 9.
Oh, 9 and 4 for the assault is 13. Yeah, okay. So it's 103,
Yeah.
like I said. All right, cool. Seth freaking Rollins gets 4 for an assault, and that's about it. All right, let's see where we're at post Raw. All right. Save that. We're gonna do a data refresh. All right, at the end of Monday Night Raw, which I will add over here, by the way. Was it 22nd on Monday? No, 28th. I'm a week behind myself. 28th. There we go. The L was 129.19 and 205. L will be also 129 because they moved it back to the same day. Okay. Anyway, post Raw. Currently in the lead at 39.67 is still the Extreme Legit Yes movement, but closing the gap are the Rowdy Last Kickers at 37.27. I'm still trailing in the back at 25.08. And all right, there we go. Let's move on to the Smacketh Down.
You want us to go to the Smacketh Down?
That's where we're going.
Okay.
Smack it down. Yes, the SmackDown Live review with John Canton, the preferred read for people who were never eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Also from Phoenix, Arizona. We open things up with the man, Becky Lynch. And she says that a lot has happened in Phoenix in the last few days. And that she showed up on Raw after winning the Royal Rumble match because she couldn't resist looking Ronnie in her angry-looking eyes once again.
Hey, by the way, Jim, before you continue,
Yes.
I know you just went over this. I don't remember if you mentioned it. Did you mention the 4 horsewomen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't remember if you mentioned that or not.
I mentioned it.
Fair. Because supposedly WWE tried hard not to actually put that part on TV.
Yep.
Fair. Continue.
Anyway, Lynch said at the beginning of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view did not go her way because she lost to Asuka. But unlike Ronda, she doesn't crumble when she loses because she won the Royal Rumble match on one good leg. The fans all went up a Becky chant, and Lynch said that Rousey, the arrogant dope, bragged about main eventing, while Lynch said that she is proud of working hard to get where she is today. She's very proud of being in the pre-show of last year's WrestleMania to being in the main event of this year's WrestleMania. Well, nobody handed her anything. The fans chanted, "You deserve it." And she thanks the fans for that. She said the main thing that she saw when she looked in Ronnie's eyes last night is the one thing she didn't have anymore, and that's doubt. She said she'll break Ronnie's arm in front of the world, and if Ronnie doesn't believe that, she'll be carried out knowing it. So promo to Becky Lynch. Who's 61? We're then joined by Charlotte Flair, who came out in some street clothes and got some cheers and some woos and also some boos. She congratulated Becky for making it off the kickoff show and said she's happy for her while noting that she must be ecstatic. Fans chanted Becky. Flair noted that Lynch wasn't even in the match, but somehow willed her way into it. That's a spot. And won, and said that maybe Lynch learned from her after all because she grew into the man from the lessons that she learned from the Queen. Flair said that she's the one that brought Becky to the main event, and that she's so happy that she got to do this for Lynch and said, "You're welcome."
And I say, except you're welcome.
Yep. Becky responded to this outright cockiness with a punch to the face, and then proceeded to leave. Charlotte didn't accept that, so Charlotte chased her up the ramp, and they got into a fight on the stage. Lynch got whipped into a barricade. The women were separated by the referees and the producers as fans chanted, "Let them fight." Becky broke free and ran at Charlotte with more punches. Then she limped away while Charlotte laughed at a fan. And the fans decided to be funny because one of the guys in a suit was Jamie Noble, so the fans started chanting Jamie Noble. So anyway, that's going to be a promo to Charlotte and then an assault to both women. So Charlotte will get between promo and assault 9 points. Is 84. And Becky will get the added assault. Puts her at 266. And then after a quick commercial break.
Wait a second.
Yep.
Go back to Becky Lynch. She was at 265 beforehand? Or 261?
Yep.
So it sold as 4, right?
Oh, okay, you're right. I did the problem. 264. Thank you. No, wait, that'd only be 3. She's at 261. It's 4 points. It's 265. I had it right.
Yes, you had it at 266.
Okay, fine. 265. Whatever. Anyway, after a commercial break, R-Truth enters with Carmella. And R-Truth complained about how Nia Jax took him out of the Royal Rumble match. And Carmella noted that they worked hard to win the Mixed Match Challenge and earn their number 30 spots. And Truth says that, I don't know what happened. 1 minute I was rapping, and the next minute I was napping. And R-Truth claimed that he would have won the Rumble match, and that because of the unfairness, the McMahons have granted him a United States Championship match right now. This led to Shinsuke, who comes out to defend against R-Truth. So a promo to Truth and Carmella to start off.
Okay, then.
All right. Tiff, why don't you tell us about the match?
Oh, shoot. Just give me 1 second.
Take your time.
Alrighty. So, I put this down anyway, but I'm not sure if it's right or not. But considering Carmella was already down at the ring, I don't assume that she gets accompaniment points.
That is correct.
So we're gonna start with Shinsuke, considering R-Truth is the winner of the match.
Yes, R-Truth. Yeah, it's worth noting, by the way, before we go into that there was apparently some confusing situation because there was an inside cradle, and it looked like Nakamura kicked out, but referee Mike Chioda counted 3 and called for the bell. And apparently the guys in the ring didn't think that it was 3 because Truth then went for a kick and Nakamura moved as if they were continuing the match.
Yep.
Nakamura argued with the ref for a minute. And then there was a replay which did show that Nakamura definitely did kick out before the 3 count.
So, Shinsuke gets 5 for the match and 3 move points and gives him 8 points.
8 points for Shinsuke?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Shinsuke puts him at 170. Continue.
So we have R-Truth, which is, if I write this down right, oh shoot, I just lost my place. He has 5 for the match, and he has 40 for the title win, and then he has 20 for the match win, and 1 point for 1 move point gives him 66 points.
Which ironically, he already had 44, which puts him at 111. No, wait. 110. Congrats to R-Truth on a title win. Even if that might not necessarily have been the intended outcome.
No, but then there's the next match.
Yeah, so after the match, Rusev, minus his Rusev Day shirt, walks out with Lana by his side, who had a boot on her left foot to sell the injury she sustained at the Royal Rumble. And Rusev said that he took the U.S. title from Shinsuke because it deserves better than Nakamura, and then the title for sure deserves better than R-Truth, and challenged Truth to a title defense right here, right now. Carmella and Lana then got into an argument where Carmella shoved Lana down. Rusev and Truth then shoved each other. So Truth said that he would put the title on the line. But first, we go to a commercial break. So that's a promo to Rusev. Sam, were you counting assaults on this, Tiff?
All they did was shove each other, and nobody hit anybody, so I don't think so.
Fair enough, no shoving. In that case, it's a promo for that, and that's about it. All right. We go to a commercial, and we come back to... Sorry, I sneezed. Anyway, and I like how John Can's noted the match started before the break with blind referee Mike Chioda as the referee of this match as well. So R-Truth proceeds to defend his title against Rusev. The extent of this match was Rusev applied a side headlock, Truth got back to his feet, kicked off the turnbuckle, and then pinned Rusev for a pinfall win. All about 2 minutes long.
Lana has...
What's that?
You were going to continue. I thought
I just said points.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was throwing to you. Go ahead.
Lana has 5 points for accompaniment.
Yes.
And where am I here?
In Canada, I think.
Very funny. Especially, and I'm on the East Coast, so hey.
It's still Canada. Anyway, Rusev?
Lana, yep. And then Rusev, he has 1 move point and 5 for the match.
All right, that puts him at 133.
And then...
R-Truth with a free title defense.
Yeah. We have him as R-Truth. We have him 5 for the match, 20 for the match win, 20 for the retention, which gives him 45 points.
All right, so what becomes 155. And for those of you keeping score at home, R-Truth just got 100 and some odd, 110 points or so in one night. That is impressive. All right. So following that whole exchange, Shinsuke Nakamura attacked R-Truth from behind, threw him in the ring, and then Rusev and Nakamura double-teamed him. Nakamura picked him up, and Rusev hit him with a Majka kick. Then Rusev held him while Shinsuke hit a Kinshasa. So that is an assault and a move to each of those men. So that would be 5 points each to Rusev and Nakamura. Okay. After all that, we have a replay of the exchange between the women earlier in the night. And we cut to Becky Lynch limping through the parking lot with her luggage. And she put her suitcase into the backseat of a car. And when an interviewer showed up and asked her why she didn't let the medical staff look at her leg, she said that she didn't need to miss more time, and then drove off in the car. And the announcers noted that Becky might be more injured than she's willing to let on.
Promo points?
Yeah, promo to Lynch. Promo to Miss Becky. What's her at 270? All right. We see R-Truth getting looked at by a trainer with Carmella by his side, and Truth told the trainer that he was fine. So we'll throw a mini over to R-Truth for that. Okay. And Carmella was there, so she also gets 3 points. $78. Next up, we cut to the ring where Rey Mysterio was ready to go. We see a clip of Joe attacking him and Andrade last week to end the match. Zelina Vega came out and cut a promo. Noted by John Canton that she was wearing a very large wedding ring. So, good for her.
Isn't she in Andrade like something more?
No.
I thought I heard that somewhere.
No, actually, she's engaged to Aleister Black from NXT.
Oh,
So, good for them.
good for them.
Well done. Anyway, she wondered if Rey is distracted by her and that he can't so much that he can't even focus on his opponent, and added that Andrade is head and shoulders above everybody else, especially Rey. And Andrade then attacked Rey from behind. Andrade then beat up Rey Mysterio with some punches, kicked him up for the Eddie Guerrero-esque vertical suplexes. But Mysterio kicked him, but when he went for a 619, Andrade blocked it, knocked Rey out with a kick, and then a hammerlock DDT. So that's a promo to Zelina Vega.
Which puts her at 65. And then Andrade,
Yep.
he gets 4 for an assault, 1 for a suplex, and 1 for a hammerlock DDT.
Yep, 6 points. Puts him at 161.
And then Rey also gets, I believe he gets an assault. Because he
Yep, he fought back.
Pardon?
Yeah, he fought back, so he gets a assault. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we cut to Rusev in the locker room. And the Good Brothers showed up to talk to him, saying that R-Truth did not deserve what just happened to him. Rusev told them to mind their own damn business all the way back to catering, and told Carl Anderson to take his tall friend with him. Carl Anderson replied that Rusev and Nakamura deserve each other, but didn't think they would fare well against the Good Brothers. Nakamura showed up and informed them that their challenge accepted. As Anderson and Gallows left, Rusev informed Nakamura that he'll team with him one time and warned Nakamura, "Do not screw me over."
So we have a promo to Rusev, Shinsuke, and Anderson, but a mini to Gallows.
Correct.
Because he didn't say anything.
Right. And Shinsuke was a 180. And Luke Gallows gets 3, puts him at 50. And Carl Anderson gets 5, puts him at 54. All right. Following this, we go to a commercial. We see clips of the premiere of the Rock and Paige, the premiere of the new Fighting with My Family movie at the Sundance Film Festival. People talking about the movie. In theaters everywhere, February 22nd. Go check it out. We then go to the ring for the celebration of the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Shane McMahon and The Miz. So they come out to the ring. Miz was in a suit, then joined by Shane. They had the titles with them. Shane did his, what's up, Phoenix, leading to Shane O'Mac chants. And Miz said that Phoenix is ready to party with the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And Shane said that Miz helped make a dream come true when they became tag champions. And then he was thinking of how he could repay him and show his appreciation. He said the one thing he can do for Miz is he promises him that after tonight's moment, he will never forget this moment for the rest of his life. And queued up a video recapping their time together as a team.
Which is short-lived.
Yeah, took about 3 months to get to this point. Miz wanted Shane to team with him. Shane was reluctant, yada yada, the whole shebang. Shane said that at first he didn't know his motivation to be his partner until they all found out. And Shane said that he had something that the Miz will remember for the rest of his life, and introduced everybody to the Miz's dad, George Mizanin. George Mizanin made his entrance to the Miz's music and was wearing a Miz and Max shirt.
That was a Ms. and Mrs. shirt.
No, it's Miz and Mac. That's their tag team name, Miz and Mac. I thought it said that at first, too, though, when he first came out with it at the Rumble. Anyway, Miz's dad comes out of the ring and says, Mike, I love you and I'm very proud of you. And the Miz hugs him. And Shane celebrated. And the fans chanted, Mr. Miz.
And promote to Shane and Miz.
All right, so. Yeah, promo to Shane and Miz. Pretty much. Three. And Shane O'Mac is at 145. And Shane adds, by the way, that it's one thing to be the tag team champions, but it's another thing to defend the tag team titles. So they're going to fight out their next opponents in a fatal four-way elimination match. Coming up next here. But before that, we go to a commercial, and they come back to Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville in the back. They're interviewed by Kayla Braxton. And Mandy said that Sonya and she are officially declaring that they're going to compete for the women's tag team titles of the Elimination Chamber. And Mandy says that it's not always being her, because when you look like this and you're one half of the fiercest, hottest team on the planet, people try to knock you down. People like Naomi. And she mentioned that she had footage, so a clip aired from Tough Enough in 2015 when Tamina slammed Mandy, and Naomi told Tamina to splash Mandy, so Tamina did. Sonya claimed that Naomi said something bad when the camera was off and noted that Naomi made her cry. That led to Mandy saying that she did cry and that she developed a complex so bad that her boyfriend dumped her, and that Naomi ruined her relationship, which is why she wants to break up Naomi's marriage. Mandy said that this will never end and that her mind is on the Elimination Chamber right now, though, and that when she and Sonya become women's tag champions, Naomi will be the last thing on her mind. So props to the WWE for reaching back in the vault and adding some level of legitimacy to this actual feud. Because I did not see them pulling that out. What do you guys think?
I didn't think they were going to keep it up.
I agree.
Like, I thought they were done.
Yeah.
Yep. I completely agree.
Yep. Anyway.
Promo points to Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
What happened to WWE expects the fans to forget shit in a month?
Unless they go out of their way to remind them.
I guess.
It's the rules. I know it's 3 months.
Oh, it's a 3 month rule? I thought it was a 1 month rule.
No, it's a 3 month rule.
Fair.
They declared themselves in the match, considering everybody else has to be in a qualifying match. So,
Yep.
what's up with that?
I don't know. I guess because SmackDown doesn't have enough women for qualifying matches. Yep. Also, In regards to that 3-month rule, it's 3 months for an individual event, 3 years for a gimmick.
Fair.
Anyway,
Yes.
after this, we go out to the ring for the aforementioned Fatal 4-Way Elimination Tag Team match.
Playa.
Which also happens to be the main event.
And yes, I remembered to add the main event points and stuff.
Yay!
And the specialty points.
This seemed like it was a hell of a match.
It did seem like it was a hell of a match.
As Jim will now get into when he recaps the match.
Yep, we start off with 2 guys in the ring and everybody else on the apron, so we're doing it that way.
Okay.
When one guy on a team is eliminated, the entire team will be eliminated.
Yep.
Winners will challenge for the SmackDown Tag Titles at the Elimination Chamber. Teams included are the New Day, Heavy Machinery, The Bar, and the Usos.
So the New Day promptly get buried and eliminated.
Yep.
Yep.
Kofi started off with Otis Dozovic, and he sat on the back of Kofi. Biggie tagged in, and the big men faced off with a double clothesline for Biggie and Dozovic at the same time. After this collision, Dozovic gets up and hits Biggie with a body slam. Tucker Knight tags in, hits a double knee lift. We go to a commercial and come back to Sheamus with a knee drop on Jimmy Uso. Let's see. Cesaro tags in. Jimmy hits a belly-to-back suplex. Then Jay tags in against Sheamus with 2 clotheslines, a kick to the gut, and a Samoan drop. Gets a 2 count. Sheamus sends Jay over to the top rope to the floor. Biggie tags Jay on the way out. Kofi kicks Sheamus and tags himself in, leading to Kofi hitting a double foot stomp off the top. While Biggie was holding Sheamus. Biggie hit a clothesline on Cesaro to take him out. Otis Dozovic then tagged in against Kofi, where Kofi jumped. Dozovic caught him. Tucker Knight tagged in, and they hit the trash compactor double team maneuver on Kofi to pin him and eliminate the New Day. Do you want to score the teams as they're eliminated, Tiff?
Yes, and I believe that's how I went down.
All right, New Day.
New Day, Xavier Woods gets 5 for an accompaniment.
Yes. All right.
And then we have Kofi Kingston, which has 5 for the match. It's 3 for a specialty match, 4 for the final match, being the
Main event,
final main event. And then we got 1 move point, so it's 13 points to Kofi Kingston.
Okay, that's 66. And Big E.
And Big E, he has 5 for the match, 3 for specialty, 4 for the main event, and 2 move points is 14 points.
All right, that's 57, and 3 is 61. Moving along, Jey Uso came in and faced off with Tucker Knight, sent him out to the floor. And then the Heavy Machinery guys both ended up outside, so Jimmy hit a suicide dive, while Cesaro tagged Jay to become the legal man. The Bar then slammed Jay into a barricade, and we went to another commercial. We came back to Cesaro, who had Tucker Knight grounded with a headlock. Sheamus tagged in with a kick to the back. When Knight got up, he knocked Sheamus down with a clothesline. Then Otis Dozovic got the hot tag against Cesaro with some shoulder tackles and running clotheslines. Dozovic hits an overhead belly-to-belly on Cesaro. Then a running splash on both members of the Bar against a turnbuckle. Dozovic then did the caterpillar, leading to an elbow drop for a 2 count. Tucker Knight tags in. Sheamus grabs his foot, and there's a double team slam by Heavy Machinery for a 2 count, with Sheamus saving Cesaro. Knight then takes Sheamus out. Cesaro hits a boot to the face. Jimmy Uso tags himself in with a cross body block off the top on Tucker Knight for a 2. Then Jimmy kicked Dozovic off the apron, hit Knight with a super kick. Sheamus tagged Jimmy. Cesaro uppercutted Tucker Knight, and Sheamus hit a bro kick to pin Tucker Knight and eliminate Heavy Machinery. Tiff, Heavy Machinery.
Alrighty. So we have Tucker Knight first. He has 5 for the match, 3 for specialty, 4 for main event, and 4 move points. And I believe since Tucker Knight eliminated had the elimination, he gets 3 points. Did I get that right?
Yeah, 3 points for an elimination.
Okay, so that gives him 19 points for Tucker Knight.
Any moves?
She did. She
Yeah.
gave him 4 moves.
Okay, I missed it. Fair
Yeah,
enough. So what's the total?
19.
Okay, so it goes 45, and then another
44.
9. No, 54. 54. All right. And Otis Dozovic.
Otis. We have 5 for the match, 3 for specialty, 4 for the main event, and
Jim?
no elimination.
That's Paul Riss.
No, sorry. Thank you. Boop. What's the total, Tiff?
And 9 move points, so he gets 21.
All right.
Ooh.
Let's him at 52. Rolling on along. When Sheamus turned around, Jimmy decked him with a super kick. Then kicked Cesaro to knock him off the apron. Jay tagged in while Jimmy hit a dive over the top onto Cesaro to take him out. Jay then went up top, hit a superfly splash on Sheamus for a pinfall after 16 minutes of action, thus giving the Usos the victory.
Ooh.
So the Bar lost, so the Bar first, please.
I have Cesaro first. We have 5 for the match, 3 for specialty match. We have 4 for the main event, and 3 move points gives them 15 points.
All right. So that's going to be 32 and 5 is 137. And Sheamus.
Sheamus. We have 5 for the match, 3 for specialty, 4 for the main event. We have 2 move points, and 3 for an elimination gives him 17 points.
All right. So that's 107. Another 7 is 114. And the Oos.
Oh,
What's the score, Oos?
that gave him 114 for Sheamus, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Jeff did point something out to me, and so I think I fixed it. But you guys listening can let me know if I did something off. But we have Jimmy. We're gonna start with Jimmy first. So he has 5 for the match, 15 for the team win. And do they both get specialty wins, or is it just
No, only the one who got the pinfall gets specialty win.
Yeah, that's what I tried to correct you on.
Okay, so now I fixed that. So we have 5 for the match, 15 for the win, 3 for a specialty match. We have 4 for the main event. We have 5, 6 move points, which gives Jimmy 33 points.
All right.
Jimma.
33, which means 20 is 113. 1 point behind Sheamus. And Jay.
And Jay, we have 5 for the match. We have 20 for the win, 10 for the specialty win, 4 for the main event, 5 for the final match win. And 4 move points and 3 for elimination gives him 51, I think.
Well, let's see. It should be 20 on the win is 30. 5 for competing is 35. 40, 44. 3 on the elimination. This is 47. And how many moves?
He's supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4 moves.
That should be 51 points, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So that becomes 69, 79, 89, 99, 09, 119 for Jey Uso. Well done. All right. So following all of that, the Usos earned themselves a tag team title match. We see Daniel Bryan making his way to the ring. He slaps a burger out of a dude's hand. We're not going to count that for anything. I think it's funny.
Okay, then.
Daniel Bryan comes out to the WWE, and I do love the phrasing here. Daniel Bryan changes the climate of the WWE.
Okay.
So Bryan makes his entrance in street clothes with the WWE title. We see images of the Rumble of him getting the cheap win because of Rowan.
Mhm.
And apparently they've already dropped Eric back off. He's just Rowan again.
Okay, then.
And so Bryan asks if we know who won this past Sunday at the Royal Rumble. The fans chanted Becky at him.
You walked into that one, Daniel.
He said if the fans that the fans all won and your children won and your children's children won because Daniel Bryan won. And he claims that a victory for him is a victory for planet Earth because he is the planet's champion.
So he's
said that
Captain Planet.
And he said that he found somebody that agrees with everything he says, and he showed up on Sunday for the greater good, and he introduced Rowan. Rowan made his entrance wearing a flannel shirt, and his theme music was the music that he had during his poor singles run a few years ago.
Eric Rowan.
And he had a bag with him. Bryan asked the fans to give it up for Rowan, and they booed him instead. Bryan asked what they see when they see Rowan. Bryan said that he sees... He said that Rowan spends his evenings reading books and that he is an enlightened man of the earth. And that Rowan is his intellectual peer, and that's how he's able to see through the facade of all of us and the facade of AJ Styles. And said that even somebody as ignorant as AJ Styles is right sometimes, though. And said that last week AJ implied that Bryan is a hypocrite, and Bryan said that was right. He is a hypocrite. And he's a hypocrite because he carries the WWE Championship. Bryan called for a trash can to be brought to the ring, and said that the title is a symbol of excellence, but it's also a symbol of excess. It's gaudy, it's made from cheap labor, and worst of all, it's bound to the skin of a cow whose life was taken from her. Bryan said he wants to give that cow, and her name was Daisy, and that Daisy had the ability to feel immense joy. The crowd chanted Daisy, which was funny. He said that Daisy didn't get to experience much joy, but she felt pain. Daisy gave her life for this symbol, and this symbol is the very thing that Bryan and Rowan stand against. He then puts the belt in the trash can and says that the WWE title is trash. He said that when he became WWE champion, he said he would change the world, and to change the world, we need new symbols. The fans chanted goodbye, Daisy, to honor the title. Rowan then gave Bryan the bag, and he removed it to reveal the new all hemp and wood WWE Championship.
And it looks actually pretty nice.
It does. Here, let's just do this real fast. Let me
Make
go ahead.
it fast.
Shut up. You're not the WWE Universe. You don't get to do that.
I can say whatever the hell I want.
Let's put this up here for a second. Everybody take a look at this.
That's beautiful.
No, it's not a New Day title. Although Daniel Bryan is booty. Yes, as you can see, we've got a hemp backdrop on this. Almost burlap looking. We've got the wooden paneling on the title, and we've got some rocks that are being used in place of jewels.
Yep.
Very cool.
Indeed.
What do you think, Tiff?
Tiff is muted.
Clap, 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 clap.
She's still muted.
Clap, 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 clap.
Yes, hi.
Hi. What do you think of this
Hi.
belt?
I think it looks good.
It does. Admittedly, it looks like something somebody made in a 2K19 belt creator, but in this case, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, the wood detailing is actually really nice.
I mean, it looks better than the Universal title.
That's not hard to do.
True, because that thing looks like it was designed by Eva Marie. So,
Oh, speaking of Eva Marie, she's in the Celebrity Big Brother.
she is on Celebrity Big Brother. Good for her. All right, so there's your new championship.
She's what qualifies as a celebrity these days?
Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
Welcome to the era of Trump.
Yeah. All right, put that back up. Anyway, so after he does this,
Yes.
so anyway, after Daniel Bryan finishes talking about this, he adds detailing regarding this belt and notes that the people are ignorant. This title is made from 100% sustainable organic hemp, and that the title itself was carved from a naturally fallen oak tree. AJ Styles comes out to interrupt, saying that he's not going to sit back while Bryan throws the WWE title in the garbage. And he asked if Bryan smoked the prototype to that championship he has now. Bryan says no to that, and the fans chanted yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Styles said that Bryan may hate corporations, but he just found a big insurance policy in Rowan. Styles almost made his way down to the ring, but Randy Orton's music hits and he comes out. We go to a commercial, and when we come back, Jeff Hardy's already in the ring, along with the aforementioned men. Mustafa Ali then comes out, and he says that he sees a ring full of future Hall of Famers arguing about where the line starts for the next WWE title opportunity, and says that he wanted to remind them all of what he's done, with Orton reminding him that he got tossed out of the Rumble by a girl, which drew an ooh from the crowd.
Wow.
Ali said it was right before and then he gets interrupted by Samoa Joe.
Joe is gonna kill you.
Joe said he's not asking for permission. He came to put a champion to sleep. And that when he defangs the Viper, it ain't going to come from nowhere. He already put Jeff out. Jeff told him to keep on talking. And Joe told him to act like it's an AA meeting and shut your mouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that deserves a pipe bomb.
He said that Mustafa Ali was a boy among men out here. And Daniel Bryan and Rowan covertly left the ring as Joe got in the ring. Joe said that last week, Ali's eyes were closed when Joe put his ass to sleep. He then turned himself over to AJ Styles and asked, "How's our old girl Wendy doing?" And AJ punches him in the face. This leads to a brawl. Orton hits Joe with an RKO, and then Jeff hits Orton with a twist of fate. Ali hits Jeff with a spin kick, and AJ Styles goes down because when the kick hit Hardy crashed into AJ, and they both went down. Daniel Bryan stands next with the title, saying that nobody's going to get a title shot. But they were all interrupted by Triple H, who appears on the big screen.
Behold the king of kings.
Basically, he enforced Daniel Bryan that he won't take on any one of those superstars because he's going to defend the title against all of those superstars in the Elimination Chamber.
Of course he is. Wow, Mustafa Ali going from pinning the WWE champion to being in the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber back to back. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I guess this legitimizes and validates my pick for Superstar of the fucking Year.
Pretty much. We'll see if we can keep that up for 2019. Or
Yeah, you might get it 2 years running. Jesus Christ, because I see him with the hemp title before the end of the year.
Anyway, after Triple H's announcement, the guys continue to beat each other up. Bryan and Rowan got the hell out of there while Joe and AJ brawled into the crowd. Ali tossed Jeff Hardy out of the ring. Orton then whipped Ali into a barricade. And they all continued brawling as the show went off the air.
Some moves to Randy, Jeff, and Mustafa.
Yeah.
Fair.
So a promo and assault to everybody.
Except for Daniel Bryan and
Eric Rowan. Yeah.
They only get the promo.
Yeah, they get a promo.
Well, I have here that Daniel has a promo and Rowan has a mini.
Okay, that's fine then.
Does Daniel get a pipe bomb for pulling an Alundra Blaze?
What do you think, Tiff?
What do you think, Jim?
I asked you first.
Asked you second.
Too bad, it's my show.
No, it is our show.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Everybody's show.
It's everybody's show, but let's be honest. I'm the Vince McMahon of this show. You guys are the Triple H and Stephanie.
I'm okay with this.
And Richter, when he shows up, is the Shane.
Here comes the hammer.
Pretty much. Anyway, yeah, that was a big moment. I would tend to agree. I think I agree with Daniel Bryan getting a some kind of OMG points for that.
It's a pipe bomb because it's a promo. I would give it a pipe bomb.
You mean Samoa Joe?
No, Daniel Bryan for throwing the title in the garbage.
Oh, that.
But also Samoa Joe.
For the 2 comments that he made, because god damn, man was on fire. Holy shit.
Okay, so that gives Daniel Bryan 10 points if that's the case. So,
wait, how much is pipe bomb worth?
5.
Okay, fair enough. Then that gives Daniel Bryan 10 points.
Yeah, because I think we did that because it's basically a vocal OMG.
Yeah, fair enough. So Daniel Bryan's going to go up to 207.
207 heaven.
Something like that. All right. And then we got, let's see, AJ with a promo and an assault.
Did we already do Rowan first?
I did Rowan already. He just got 3. So AJ is going to get a 5 for a promo, 4 is a 9 points between promo and an assault.
Yes.
Wait, so why did Rowan only get 3?
Because he only stood there. He didn't do anything else.
He didn't do anything else and he didn't say anything.
He brought the title out.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Brought it out, but he didn't say anything and he didn't do anything. He didn't assault anybody.
Yeah, he was just there.
Hmm.
Despite his purported intellectualism. Anyway.
Fair.
Yeah, so anyway, AJ Styles is going to get 9 points.
Yes.
Which will put him at 187. And then let's see what else we got here. Jeff Hardy will get the same. It's him at 71.
Plus 1 for a twist of fate.
10. Because he got 1 for the twist of fate.
All right, 72.
Let's see. Because I do have the points over here. If you want to keep bringing it over to me.
All right, Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali has 10 points as well because he's get 5 for the promo, 4 for the assault, and 1 for a move point.
For the kick.
The kick. All right. Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, he has 8 points. Nope. Wait.
Yeah.
That's wrong. It's 10 points as well. I calculated that wrong because he gets 5 for the promo, 4 for the assault, and 1 for the RKO.
Yep, 50. Okay.
And then we have Samoa Joe. He has 5 for the promo, 4 for the assault, and he gets 2 pipe bombs, which brings up to.
Well, we'll just give him 1 set of pipe bomb points collectively. It was the same promo.
Okay, well then he gets 14 then.
Okay. Which will be 1. Let's see, that'll be 202. All right. That everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeesh.
And that is your smack it down.
That is your smack it down.
Although, also for those interested, on Samoa Joe's brand spanking ass new YouTube channel, he has a second video up where he talks about gaming on the go and shows off his X-Bone and Piss 4 with screens and stuff and like his carry bag and all that shit. It's pretty cool.
Nice. I'll check that out. Anyway, let's go to the scores. Data refresh. All right.
And
So
then because it's a recurring thing on his videos, apparently it ends with him stalking Big E for no reason.
Okay then.
I don't know. He likes to play pranks on Big E, I guess, or film Big E while he's sleeping, more likely.
Okay then. That's creepy. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, the gap continues to close. Extremely Legit Yes Movement still in the lead at 41-63, but the Right of the Ass Kicker's catching up at 39-49.
Well, it's about to expand because 205 Live is all me.
Yeah, but they're only a 210-point gap as of right now. I'm still trailing way in the back at 25-80, but we knew that.
Yeah. Because 205 Live had to do some house cleaning and dispose of some dead weight.
Yep. All right, so there we go. Jeff, take us over to the 205 Lives.
Indeed. Home stretch. So, we kick off with Kalisto disposing of Mike Kanellis because they quit, apparently, from what I heard. So, yeah, Lucha House Party comes out. Mike and Maria come out. We have ourselves a match. Mike actually looks pretty good. Gets a couple of counters. Kalisto gets a counter. Basically does all the work. And I'm trying to remember how he actually wins this match. I think he wins by the almighty roll-up. So, yeah.
So it's Bobby Lashley's roll-up now?
I guess. I don't know. Because the last move I have on here is the Tilt-A-Whirl DDT, so it doesn't look like he actually ended it with a finisher, so I'm assuming counter roll-up for the win.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Can't remember. But anyway, yes, Kalisto wins. Actually.
Yes?
I did Marina wrong. She needs another 5 points. Hang on.
Okay, then.
Okay. So let's go over to the Lucha House Party. They get 5 points for coming out with their boy Kalisto, who's half alive because he went through a fucking war the night before, or 2 nights before.
2 nights more. All right. Let me just see here.
Yeah, because he was in that fatal 4-way match where he got his ass kicked.
Yes, Kalisto over Mike Kanellis, pinfall with a schoolboy pin.
Yeah, so it was the almighty roll-up. Fair enough. So, Lucha House Party, 5 points.
All right, so let's see here. That would be Lindsay Dorado. 101. And
Mike Kanellis did not deserve an interference from them. They just kind of sat there and watched Kalisto kick his ass.
Fair enough.
We have wifey, Maria Kanellis.
Yes.
She gets 10 points because she decided to join the commentary team for the match.
Okay. Nope.
Also, Aiden English is a face?
I guess.
He seems to be the face commentator of this team.
No, people do like him.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's a really, really good foil to Nigel McGuinness. Because Nigel McGuinness plays the stuffy, haughty, like Simon-like Brit. And
right.
And as we know, Aiden English plays the very educated man because he is an opera singer. So
he is the very model of a modern major announcer.
Pretty much. So yeah, they actually make a pretty good team. Sorry, Vic, you've been replaced.
Damn.
No, not Vic. Percy. Percy was the one that wasn't there.
I'm going to say, wait a minute.
Sorry, Percy, you've been replaced.
Mm.
How many points did Maria get?
10.
10.
Okay. Why 10?
Anyway, the guys
Oh,
in
wait,
the
Because
never
she
mind.
came out with Mike and then went to commentary on the table.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So, speaking of Mike Kanellis,
Yes.
5 for being in the match, 6 for counters, 5 for moves, total of 16 points to Mike Kanellis.
Which is what he already had, so that puts him at 32.
And your winner, Kalisto.
Yes.
5 for being in the match, 20 for winning the match, 3 for a counter, 11 for moves. Like I said, he did all the work. Total of 39 points to Kalisto.
Okay, then. So 84, 94, 04, 114, plus 9 is 223.
Alrighty.
And the top 10 for Kalisto.
Ooh. So, post-match, Maria goes into the ring to check on her hubby, and you can kind of read what he's saying on his lips because the mic's kind of not picking up, and he just goes, "I'm done. I'm done." So I guess that was a storyline to write him off so they could go be with their child
Yep, I guess he's done.
and live on Maria's WWE residuals.
AEW, here we come.
Nah, that'd be stupid. They're probably going to take at least a few years off to just raise their kid. Besides, Maria is a WWE legend.
Not contractually.
No, I'm just saying, like, she's been around long enough. She's basically a legend, so she has no reason to actually go anywhere else.
Yeah, that doesn't mean she's making any money off being a legend.
Either way, I don't think they're going to AEW. Not if they're leaving to raise their child.
Well, we'll see.
So anyway, we cut backstage to Drew Gulak and Gentleman Jack Gallagher, where they make a presentation in a bid to offer their services to Umberto Carrillo. Where Drew Gulak is like, you should stop doing the high flying stuff. There is a no fly zone, and there's a reason for that. You should stay grounded for a better 205 Live.
Does Umberto even speak English?
I don't know. He wasn't there.
Oh.
They just made the presentation.
Oh, I see. Okay.
My guess, probably yes.
Fair enough. Drew Gulak.
Because all the Mexicans in WWE speak English.
Not all. There's a reason Grand Metalik doesn't cut promos that much.
He speaks English.
Yeah, but not that well.
Well enough. But anyway, 5 for promos for them.
Yeah.
So then we cut to somewhere else in the arena to Hideo.
By the way.
Yes.
I just want to say for the record real quick, at the rate that he's going, I'm officially amending his name to Gentleman Jack Barely Here.
He's there. He just doesn't wrestle.
Which
He's
is
always
weird.
With
He's like the best wrestler on 205 Live. Why wouldn't he wrestle?
I know, right? Because he makes a far better he's got the heel mustache, the villain mustache. He just makes a great ally to Drew Gulak. You have to admit they make a great team.
I do, but at least put the dude in the NXT UK division or something.
Yeah. I don't know. So we cut to elsewhere in the facility to Hideo Itami and Arya Daivari, basically cutting a promo about losing at the Royal Rumble and how that was bullshit because Buddy Murphy knows he can't beat him one-on-one.
Yep.
And then talking about the main event match coming up against Akira Tozawa. So 5 points to those gentlemen.
Which gentlemen were those?
Hideo and Arya.
Got it.
And of course Hideo cuts a Japanese promo on Akira, meant for Akira's ears only, I suppose.
Yeah, of course. That was the other Hideo. All right.
Then we cut to a previously recorded segment of Tony Nese beating the shit out of Noam Dar in the parking lot.
Okay, then.
And DM the GM comes out with officials, separates them, and basically says, Tony Nese, you've been suspended indefinitely.
Yeah.
So, 4 points to Tony Nese and Noam Dar for beating the shit out of each other.
Did Noam Dar actually fight back, or did he just get his ass kicked?
No, he fought back. He didn't actually get hurt because DM the GM actually says, despite the fact that Noam Dar's perfectly fine and didn't get injured at all, you're still fucking suspended, you asshole.
Fair enough.
So, DM the GM actually doing his job.
There you go.
So you gave them 4 points.
I did.
All right. Then immediately following that, we cut back to live feed from the hallways, where Kayla Braxton starts talking about what we just saw. Then the door next to her opens and Buddy Murphy walks out of the locker room.
Okay.
And she stops him for a minute and asks him about Tony Nese. She's like, Tony Nese was, your friend and your training buddy and stuff. What do you think of what we just saw? Do you condone what Tony Nese did? And he goes, do I condone him getting suspended indefinitely? No. But am I happy about what he did? And walks off. And then she stops him as he's walking off, like, all right, fair. Now let's talk about your title. And he basically keeps saying what he's always been saying is, how do you stop the unstoppable?
Yeah.
Basically saying, I don't give a fuck who I fight. Bring it. You're not stopping me.
Yeah, pretty much.
So 5 points to Buddy Murphy for a promo.
Okay, sounds good. $70. Okay.
And then we go to our main event of Akira Tozawa with Spanky versus Hideo Itami with Aria Daivari. So this is actually a great match. Match of the night. Great back and forth between Hideo and Akira. Lots of strikes. Lots of Akira trying to go up top. Lots of Hideo not allowing that. Lots of Hideo trying to kick and lots of Akira saying, no. Akira counters both a GTS and a falling knee strike. So, yeah, I actually tried to go for the GTS at one point. And both Spanky and Aria Daivari do get involved to the point where Aria Daivari hops up on the apron and kind of gets in Akira Tozawa's face after Brian Kendrick's been dispatched and starts arguing with him to kind of keep his attention. And Hideo Itami tries to go for a basement drop kick to Akira's back, his finishing move. And Akira moves out of the way, and Hideo ends up basement drop kicking fucking Aria Daivari in the gut, knocking him off the apron.
Oops.
To which he then turns around into Akira Tozawa, who spins around behind him, German suplex, climb the rope, drop zone 1, 2, 3. So Spanky and Akira retreat up the ramp, celebrating victory. After they disappear through the curtain, Aria Daivari is seen helping Hideo to his feet, and he turns around and Pepsi twists him and knocks him down.
Okay then.
Yeah, that's his finishing move. It's a lariat.
Okay.
It's a close range lariat. He's like unfurled him and then boom, lariat. That's apparently one of his finishing moves. So apparently Hideo's being written off TV, having been turned against by his mouthpiece.
Fair enough.
Hideo Itami's final match in WWE, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, am I the only one who heard Pepsi and thought the next word was going to be plunge?
He's not CM Punk. I don't know what they call it in WWE, but that's the name I see that move referred to, so that's what I'm calling it.
That's fair.
So, let's go over to Aria Daivari.
Yes.
He gets 12 points for accompanying Hideo, interfering in the match, and Pepsi twisting his ass at the end of it.
Fair enough. So what was that total again?
12.
Well, so 59.
Spanky.
All right. Spanky.
Gets a total of 11 points for not turning on his friend Akira Tozawa.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing. Puts him at 101, actually.
All right.
Okay.
We'll go to the loser, Hideo Itami.
Okay.
He gets 5 for being in the match, 4 for being in the main event, 15 for counters, 12 for moves for a total of 36 points to Hideo Itami.
That is impressive.
That is mightily impressive.
Give me that total one more time, if you would.
36.
36 to Hideo Itami, which is going to put him at 216.
Yeah, this was a damn good match. They were
I said
throwing out moves.
16, not 46. There we go.
I'll take 46. Anyway,
Shut up.
Well, this is a great match. You're throwing out moves left and right, countering half of them. So
Tozawa.
Kira Tozawa, ha ha ha. Oh, Spanky does that at 1.2 to try to get the crowd into Tozawa. So he turns around and actually goes ha 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 to get the crowd to do it with him. It was kind of
Nice.
funny. But Akira Tozawa gets 5 for being in the match, 4 for being in the main event, 20 for winning the match, 5 for winning the main event, 15 for counters, and 13 for moves, gives him a total of 62 points.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So basically, 2 will be 76. 30 puts us at 206. So 236 then.
Indeed.
And the top 5. Top 10, rather. All right, so there we go. Let's go check out the final scores.
Fair.
Tiff, you still with us?
Yep.
All right, cool. Final scores for the night. In the lead at 43-30 is still the extremely legit Yes Movement, but still trailing only about 400 points behind is the Rowdy Last Kicker, so still not a huge gap. I'm still way in the back at 26-19.
26-16.
26-16. So, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm winning because at this point, I'm 1,300 points behind Tiff, and Jeff, I'm like way more behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We're 2 down. Yeah, I'm like 1,800 points behind you.
Yeah.
So there's no way in hell I'm winning this season.
1,714.
What?
1,714.
Oh, thank you. 16 and Tiff rounds out at 39.75. All right. Bada boom.
Bada bang.
Let's go over to the leaderboards and see where we're at. Top of the leaderboards is still Seth freaking Rollins, number 1 contender to the Universal Championship. A very healthy lead at 345. Followed closely by the Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey at 289, who is only 19 points ahead of her challenger at WrestleMania, Becky Lynch, the man, 270. Followed by Dean Ambrose at 245. Finn Balor also tied at 245. Akira Tozawa off that big 205 win coming in at 236. Followed by the SmackDown Women's Champion Asuka at 229. Kalisto off his 205 win coming in at 223. Hideo Itami in there at 216. And rounding out the top 10 is Baron Corbin getting back into it at 211.
Yep, and that's the last time you will see Hideo Itami in the top 10 if he has in fact quit.
So also, if you're disregarding the tie between Ambrose and Balor, then the WWE champion Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan, also makes it into the top 10 at 207.
Fair.
All right.
And there you have it.
Yes, indeed. There we have it. That is our weekly scoring. Do stay tuned next week for more of the same. Other wonderful things coming up. There will be coming up on this channel at some point in the near future. Date to be determined. We will be reviewing Kingdom Hearts 3. So stay tuned for that. If I can work out the scheduling, I'm hoping to have both Anastasia Laserbeam and Simon joining us for that.
All right. Well, then at some point in the future, you're going to have to share play that with me so I can actually see the game before I review it.
Assuming you would like to be in it, in the review.
I can, I suppose, depending on the date
Okay.
and time.
Well, if you want, we can share play right after we're done with this.
I thought we were going to do other stuff. Anyway, we'll talk about it.
Well, we can do it. That only takes 40 minutes, and then we can share play.
Fair.
All right, let us go ahead and call it a night. Tiff and Jeff, thank you for being here.
Very well.
We'll
Queen
see you
of
next.
Hearts signing off.
I'm James Phoenix.